Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is about how to make and use a PECS communication book. I almost think of these books as an old school communication device because when I first began working in special ed 20 years ago, they were common. Most special education classrooms had at least one or two students who used these books for communication. However, in the last 15 years, I've seen these books less and less. They've largely been replaced with specialized software and programs installed on devices like tablets and smartphones. The idea of using visuals to communicate is the same, but using a technological device rather than a physical book includes positives such as more flexibility when you need to add or modify visuals, value for money as long as you're careful with the actual device you're using to access the software, frequent improvements through regular software updates, and of course the fact that electronic devices can literally provide a speaking voice for those who are non-verbal. So why am I making a video about an old school communication device and not a software app? There are a few reasons, all prompted by the fact that my autistic daughter is starting preschool next year. Though she is verbal in the sense that she can speak, her ability to answer a question, have a conversation, and use verbal language to communicate her needs and emotions is quite limited. When I use visuals to communicate with her about daily events, activities, and changes to routine, her comprehension increases exponentially and her anxiety decreases significantly, to the extent that she's able to participate in things that she otherwise would not be able to on virtually any level. These 2 points together led me to the conclusion that a communication device would be a great ingredient to help her have a successful start to preschool. My husband and I decided on a non-electronic communication device because, like many children of her generation, our daughter is drawn to technology. But in her case, it can be to the point of obsession and withdrawal from what's going on around her. We also wanted something simple for adults around her to use to let her know visually what's happening and when. This is, at the moment, the front-running strategy we currently have for keeping her anxiety at manageable levels, as visuals provide predictability and, as I said before, they greatly increase her comprehension. When she understands what's happening, her anxiety visibly reduces every single time. So where did this book come from and how does it work? And how do you make one? We actually got this book with the plastic pages through our occupational therapist, but you can purchase them for $55 from this website, and they come with Velcro on the pages already. In the case of my daughter's book, I started from scratch. I had the physical book with the plastic inserts or pages, hook and loop stick-on Velcro that I'd purchased, and a paid subscription to Boardmaker, which is a visual communication program. I also added extra pages by cutting, laminating, and hole punching cardboard pieces to the same size as the plastic inserts. Just a side note before we continue, there are many online videos and tutorials about how to create and tailor visuals to your child's communication needs using the Boardmaker program. But if you're interested in learning more about this program and how to create visuals from scratch, let me know in the comments below and I can put together a video about this topic. So back to creating and using this book. I started by selecting visuals from Boardmaker that I know will correspond to things that my daughter will see and do at preschool. This includes activities she'll be exposed to, different equipment that she might need, people that she'll have daily contact with, and the things that she'll be taking to school, including snacks and foods for morning tea and lunch. I then printed, cut, and laminated each visual and added Velcro. I also cut and laminated some cardboard to make what is called a sentence strip, which attaches to the bottom of the communication book with Velcro, with the idea that you can place certain visuals on it and then remove it. I made my own first-then chart, as well as a first, then, and next chart by creating the graphics in Microsoft Word and then printing, cutting, and gluing them to cardboard, which I cut to the right size to fit the book and then laminated. The main idea is that adults working with my daughter can use these visuals and the book as a whole to let her know what's happening at different points throughout the day, with the goal of providing predictability and keeping her anxiety as low as possible, which allows her to participate and ultimately learn. It can be used to show when a favourite activity or reward is coming up and what needs to be done first. My daughter will also hopefully use it to express herself in terms of how she might be feeling and when she wants something. Since its creation, we've been using it daily at home, and so far it seems to be encouraging her to speak and communicate with us about different things that she likes, such as going down the slide at the playground, foods she would like to eat, like what she wants for lunch, and things she would like to do, such as drawing. And so there is a brief summary of how to make and use an old school communication book. Let me know your thoughts and comments below, whether it's about communication devices or anything else that might be on your mind related to autism and resources. Until next time.